see that the Nigerian airlines have been dying. Some will die, some will replace them, and another set will die, another set will replace them. What is killing them? As somebody sat down and say, why are Nigerian airlines, their mortality rate is so high? Number one is the government of Nigeria. We're not serious about having viable Nigerian airlines. And when I say government, who is that government? Minister come, minister go. That government is the Nigeria CAA. The Nigeria CAA is the authorized regulator of the fortunes and the misfortunes of the airlines. The NCAA has a department called Economic Regulation, meaning that the health of the airlines lies in their hand. If they do periodic check of these airlines, they will realize that most of them are not healthy. Why? Why are they not healthy? Ask yourself a question. Virgin Atlantic is operating. Virgin Nigeria came under the same entrepreneur, and Virgin Nigeria failed. The Nigerian environment is not supportive to an entrepreneur. And that is why the series of airlines have died. And look, they will go into extinction because the environment does not support a successful operation. Your very, very beautiful airlines of the last 30 years, their lifespan 10, 15, they are gone. Another series 10, 15, they will go. And another series 10, 15, they will go because the fundamentals are not addressed. And who should address it? If I'm a government, the environment of business should be my concern. So, NCA must sit down and talk to the minister today and tomorrow, or to Mr. President. We must stop our airlines from being revenue collectors, number one. The 18% of their tariff that goes for revenue collection, user charges. Let's remove it. Find a way to collect it, because in the first place they are not charging adequate tariff. So as NCA, you need to sit down, use 7, 8, 10 airlines. You do not worth to be 7, 8 airlines. The world is cooperating. All of you added together, you are just one airline. All your aeroplane less than 50. You're still less than a very small airline in Europe. Your EasyJet, your JetBlue. You still maintain your identity.
In order to save the air transport sector, which he described as a catalyst to economic development of any nation, a major downstream player has asked authorities to save the industry from total collapse.
If the regulators are doing what is expected of them, trust me, we won't have airlines winding up. I can sit here and say to you conveniently that we travel agencies in the downstream sector, we pay the airlines twice every month. This is not out of our own free volition, but this was a rule that was imposed on us by IATA. And once you fail in the remittance, that's the end. You're suspended until you comply and provide necessary security before you can continue. So if that can be done with IATA sitting in Amman and we are complying, and the default is one of the lowest around the world, then I wonder why we will sit here and say, oh, merger or collaboration. All we just need to do is to put in rules and policies that will compel them to collaborate.
First Nation Airways has also been doing some explanation, as it insists it's not on the verge of extinction. The carrier's current fleet is undergoing maintenance for safe operations in line with global practice. It's against the Nigerian civil aviation regulations for airline operators to carry out scheduled commercial operations with only one aircraft, and the development sparked speculation that the airline had shut down out of financial distress like Aero contractors.
The disruption these forex transfer issues cause are better imagined. To reduce the disruptions, operators are sometimes compelled to source forex from the parallel market at cutthroat rate, even though the sums required most times run into thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Before the introduction of the 3-aeroplane requirement for scheduled operators, that had been reviewed, and the understanding was those who are in operations already will maintain what they have or improve on it. But any new entrants must have 3 aeroplanes, 3 functional airplanes to start with.
Still in Africa, Mozambique authorities have exhibited 3 new pieces of aircraft parts that washed up along its coast and are suspected of belonging to the missing flight MH370.
There is a callus.
The largest item is a triangular-shaped piece which is red and white on one side and metallic on the other.
This is one color, this is another color.
It was picked up late last month by a South African hotelier off the waters of Mozambique's southern province.
National investigation.
The director of Mozambique's aviation authority, Joe-Oketunmibi, said it was the first time a colored piece had been found.
It is the first spot you can see with red color. They postponed a little bit because they want the memorandum of understanding.
Malaysia Airlines jet MH370 vanished in March 2014 with 239 people on board as it was flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. The first British Airways direct flight from London landed in Tehran early this month after nearly 4 years of suspension. British Airways is the second European carrier to resume flights to Iran after Air France made the move in April after an 8-year break. Passengers on board the Boeing 777, which departed Heathrow, welcomed the resumption of direct flights as they landed at Tehran's Imam Khomeini International Airport.
Fantastic, because I come to Iran quite frequently and it was a big problem to get a flight in Iran Air, and traveling other airlines would take 14-15 hours, very tiring, but this was about 5 hours. We got here in 5 hours and it was fantastic.
The service follows the relaxation of sanctions against Iran and the reopening of the British embassy in the Iranian capital in late 2015. The Chinese Air Force has showed its medium and long-range bomber H-6K to the public as an aviation open activity in northeast China's Jilin province. H-6K is a medium and long-range bomber entirely designed and made in China. It's mainly used for long-range precision strikes and tactical bombing missions. The H-6K bombers flew 4 times out of the first island chain and reached the Western Pacific for military exercises, and also joined China's V-Day military parade in 2015. They also conducted combat patrol in the South China Sea in 2016 to defend national sovereignty, security and maritime rights and interests. Meanwhile, the H-6K bomber also participated in air patrol of the East China Sea Air Defense Identification Zone.
As we edge closer home, our feature for the week is next. Join us after the break.